When answering the question, what gives you meaning and purpose, I would say that it's not a simple cure-all answer. For me, meaning and purpose are fluid and always changing, especially for everyone. Which brings me to my beginning that began crafting my answer. My first notion of meaning and purpose started in first grade. My teacher presented this concept of morals and ethics embodied and symbolized in beads. You were given a thick and sturdy string that would hang underneath your name on the wall. Each week you had the opportunity to gain a bead for your behavior and actions. You could gain a bead in a variety of ways, from assisting the teacher to demonstrating great teamwork to having great test scores or perfect attendance. My teacher would say, if you're good, you'll gain a bead. When whoever gets the most beads each month gets a prize. It was a simple concept, and I, the little black girl, was doing it to gain beads for acknowledgement. I later learned that being good is subjective and sometimes privileged, which is why I say that meaning and purpose are fluid and always changing. The string and bead activities were initially a biased concept, but as I journeyed through life, the simple bias concept became my personal, complex, and spiritually uplifting answer to the question, what gives you meaning and purpose? I may have lost the physical beads and string, but the metaphorical beads and string hang around my neck. For more context, I'll start off with the beads. Each individual bead can represent either a life-changing experience, powerful lesson, practical skill, and or a passionate interest. During my high school years, I was following the concept of string and beads without awareness. I still yearned acknowledgement, so I subconsciously searched for these beads by allowing myself to participate in leadership conferences. I participated in Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference, and I also participated in leadership camps hosted by Rotary, which also led to me taking up student-led position in clubs. Those experiences cultivated my leadership skills and volunteer ethics that led me to joining Kiwanis Key Club and dedicating more than 300 hours of community service, which also gave me the incentive to always try something new, such as flying out to Maryland to the Naval Academy experience all by myself. I could honestly say I was purposely collecting these beads, but I lacked self-awareness and was easily under the notion that I was doing this to impress others. Fortunately, but unfortunately at the time, I got to college and my string finally broke. In complete honesty, I never really thought about the string until I entered college. I was always infatuated with the colorful beads and the colorful experience and acknowledgement I would get from it. I thought that the colorful experience gave me purpose and meaning. People would see how interesting and experienced I am. So when the metaphysical string broke, I went through what many would call an existential crisis. I could do all these experience opportunities in classes, but I faced the internal identity confliction of what to prioritize over, along with my insecurity and guilt building. Who do I impress now? Who gives me value? Who am I? My freshman and sophomore years in college were a complete struggle of experiencing freedom to choose what I wanted to do and focus on while experiencing consequences of trade-offs and rejection. I didn't feel visible. I didn't recognize myself. It was so bad that I even avoided my reflection, refused to take any pictures, and self-sabotaged opportunities. I was failing with my classes with a major that I lacked passion for, but did it to impress others, and I was always constantly alone. I also lacked a support system, so I had no one to talk to while being in fear of informing my parents that I was failing my classes. Despite the crisis, by the end of sophomore year, I roughly came to this foreign idea that I wanted to impress myself and continue experiencing great opportunities. Yeah, I wanted to put myself first. So I went with it. In order to achieve this, I realized it started with strengthening the metaphysical string that represents foundation. I picked up my string and allowed it to heal through giving myself a chance to learn more about myself through learning from my mistakes, time managing, meditating, journal writing, vision boarding, and being open with my feelings to friends and family. My vulnerability began mending my string. The knot that held my string and beads together was my newfound support system that strengthened my willpower, identity, and love. I was introduced to a new world of thought through my speech and debate experience, which gave me the ability to clearly communicate, discuss ideas, and to negate what I disagree with proactively. I switched my major with the mindset that I don't have to have straight A's to be someone. My passion for education and knowledge increased through the new literature and deep conversations I had in my classes with my classmates. I got involved through student-run organizations such as BSU, MECHA, and Pride. These clubs allowed me to understand empathy and connect with a crucial life-altering perspective from other powerful individuals and their stories. The metaphysical string and knot are my foundation of willpower, identity, and love intertwining. It allowed me to realize that I am in charge of establishing my own purposes and pursuing my own interests without setting myself up to the expectations of anybody. Through this understanding, I realized that I don't need anyone's validation but my own. I was able to create my own mission statement, establish my own principles, and accept my flaws. There can be more than one meaning and purpose for anyone. My personal answer to that question, what gives you meaning and purpose, is that life is full of subjective hardships, so having your string and knot are essential. Any bead added to my string is out of my control, but having the string just available in the first place is what is key to allowing purposes and meaning of life to fluidly change and be anything that I want it to be in any situation.